I'm sorry.
Oh, what for?
I thought the club was closed.
It is.
I'll see you, Luke.
Good night. You're back.
I don't know what to say. Max flew down to Mariah's to tell me. We just got back tonight.
The funeral was today.
I know. I'm sorry I missed it.
That's all right. You're in plenty of time for the rest of the life that my son won't have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How's Laura? How's Bobby?
Bobby's cool. Bobby comes through when nobody else can. You know that.
I don't know why I came over here. Yes, I do. I came by because I wanted to tell you how sorry I am and how shocked I was. I'm sure you've had a lot of well-wishers today, and I can call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow the next day.
Felicia, don't go.
If you
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
But I trusted Sonny. See? Sonny offered protection for Lucky, but I turned him down because I figured the only protection that Lucky would need was Sonny's word that he was taking care of business. So it's my fault, too. You think I'm wrong?
I just think that you need for it to make sense right now, and it just doesn't yet.
Okay. There's truth in that.
You have to wait and see what the investigation shows up. Because you know Mac's not going to drop it.
The investigation doesn't matter, Felicia. Because if it didn't happen that way, it could have happened that way. Laura knew that a long time ago, and she tried to tell me, but I wouldn't believe her. I'm the one who trusted Sonny and Jason. I'm the one who taught Lucky to trust them. See, it was that trust that cost him his life.
It wasn't my plan to partner.
I broke it.
It's all right. Let me see.
No. I want to fix it. I want to fix it.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it, man. I will. I promise. My little girl thinks he's coming back.
Of course she won't understand. She's too little to understand. Thank God she doesn't.
You think she'll remember him? I mean, when she gets to school and stuff. You think she'll need somebody there to remind her that once she had a brother? Another brother, I mean, my son.
I think that she's going to need a little bit of help. I think on some level, children remember everything. You should show her pictures of Lucky, and you should tell her stories about him.
Stories about him, huh? Once upon a time, there was a boy who fell to earth. Somehow he knew about love without being taught or told. He knew about honor and he knew about truth. He tried to hate, but it was too painful, and it scared him. So he learned to forgive. And then when he had his life in order, and he knew just what he wanted to do with it, it all went up in a puff of smoke.
It's gone. It's all gone. Everything. It's gone.
You still have people who love you. You have your daughter, your mother. You have Nikolas. And you always have me. You know that. Come.
Where?
Home.
Where's that?
I'm sorry, Graham. I didn't mean for anyone to worry.
I'm not scolding you. I'm really not. You see, for your sake, darling, I just wish that... I feel so...
I won't be long, okay? Nikolas said he's going to bring me home. I'll be fine.
Okay. Would you tell Nikolas thank you for me?
I will. Bye, Graham.
Bye.
She says thank you.
Well, you must be exhausted.
Have you ever been afraid to go to sleep? Afraid because you might have a dream that you don't want to have?
Maybe once or twice.
I was dreaming that night. I could hear sirens, police cars, fire trucks. When I woke up, I couldn't hear them anymore. Maybe when I was sleeping, I could hear. But they would have been very far away, and I didn't smell smoke or see the sky change color or fire. So I reached for the phone to call Lucky to tell him about my dream. And there was a recording that said it wasn't working. And I thought, Well, if his phone doesn't ring, then how will he know it's broken, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to go over there and tell him. And to tell him about my dream.
About the sirens?
Oh, no, that didn't happen till the end. I had a dream that we were dancing. We were like perfect partners.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think about our feet or the music, and we just seemed to glide.
Maybe that's what you'll dream about, and not the sirens.
Maybe. That would be nice. You know, you're right. I have so many more good things to remember than bad. Like Valentine's Day here. I would have never thought a whole year before that Valentine's Day would be something I'd be glad to remember. He erased the worst night of my life and turned it into the happiest. And he promised he'd love me forever.
And you know him. He would never break a promise.
Stay tuned.
Hi.
Hi.
Lulu around?
Lulu's with Leslie at Amy's. Want to come upstairs with me? There's something you have to say. I was looking for Laura, and I opened the door, and...
Laura did this?
Yeah? Well, who else? Look, I don't mean to panic, but, what if she wandered off? Shouldn't we be looking for her?
Oh, come on, Barbara. We both know where my wife is. Good morning. Were you able to sleep at all?
Sleep. Yeah, I was unconscious for a while, I think.
Does your hand hurt?
Nothing hurts. I don't feel anything. Does Mrs. Lansbury do everything?
I would prefer to bring in a doctor.
She's very kind, isn't she?
Well, perhaps you'll be able to rest today.
If you come by the house last night.
You don't have to think about that.
Would I still be in his room? Would have torn up the whole house by now.
I would never have let the night go by without checking on you to make sure you were all right.
I'm not all right. It's never going to be all right again.
Bring the dumpster around the side of the house and we'll just throw all this stuff out the window and be done with it.
You don't want to throw this away?
Lucky might need this, huh?
You know, Luke, when BJ died, I thought if her things were gone, maybe the pain would be gone too. And I wanted to call in a bunch of strangers to just come over and clean out her room, to just scrub away every trace. But I thank God now that I didn't. You remember when Ruby, how you just want to toss everything? But aren't you glad we didn't? Grief makes you do things you never imagined you would do. Things you regret later. And Laura's going to want all of these things. I mean, maybe not right this second, but she will eventually. And you will too. I know you will.
Well, the pineapple is fresh. You should try to eat something. Perhaps Mrs. Lansbury could bring some scones.
I just buried my son yesterday. I watched them lower his coffin into the ground. You know, the only thing I could think of. Thank God that it's spring and maybe the ground won't be so cold. And then I walked away. And I left him there. All alone, all night long. I've never walked away from my son before. You know, when we first moved in, he ran straight up to that room. That was always his room, his special space, private space. And we really respected that. We never went in there unless we were invited. Except for that time that he was raising the worms. Oh, God, how could I do that? How could I destroy my little boy's room? Oh, God.
Laura, you're grieving.
But Lucky walked away from me. He walked away from me first. If he had been home he belonged. And we gave him the best. We gave him the best of what we had. And he'd rather live in some room over some motorcycle shop owned by criminals. He'd rather eat off of a hot plate and anything but to be with us. Or to be with me. He walked away from me. My mother's gonna come home. I don't want her to see that room. I don't want Lulu to see that room.
Yeah.
Luke? What are you doing there?
I came to see my daughter.
She said Amy's with my mother.
Yeah, okay.
Did you go upstairs?
Yeah. Nice work.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter. You beat me to it.
I'm gonna be home soon. Would you leave a note for my mom so that Lulu doesn't wander into that room?
Sure I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Luke, wait. I've got to get home before Lulu does.
The lunch is waiting.
If you hadn't come by last night,
Laura. You don't have to be alone anymore. I am here for you. As much as you need me to be.
Luke, I got the room under control, kind of. Is there, anything else I can do? Okay. Well, I'll be at Kelly's if you need me.
Thanks.
I thought you'd be gone already.
Mac called. He's bringing over the arson investigator's report.
I have one already?
Yeah, I figured you'd want to see it or talk to him.
Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, give him my regards.
Luke, wait a minute. Will you please stay?
Why? We know what's in the report. It's going to say that Marino or somebody set the fire to get back at Jason or Sonny, and Lucky got in the way. And I'm the guy who taught him to trust criminals, and I'm the guy who robbed him of a normal life, and we've been through all this.
I promise not to say those things. I promise.
I don't believe you.
Lucky was the best of what we were. And we're still his parents. We should find out about what's in that report together. Out of respect. Not for each other, but for him.
Why not?
Because if I didn't find him, he'd die. And he can't die.
Did you know this was the first place that Lucky stopped when he first came to Port Charles? It's a long story, but he was traveling all by himself down from Canada, and he had instructions to find Ruby. And he did. I believe Lucky could do anything.
I imagine he could.
And you know, when Luke and I were growing up, you know, we really didn't have much of a home. And watching Lucky grow up with Luke kind of showed me what a real childhood could be like. I mean, Luke really did give him the kind of love and the kind of childhood that I always wanted. I don't understand why he's gone. I mean, I keep thinking he's going to walk through the door, you know, and want breakfast. I mean, I know he won't, but he always liked French toast.
This home was supposed to be our safe place. A home for Lucky, a place for him to be.
Well, we messed up.
He lived the way we taught him to. He got to this town on his own, didn't he? We made sure that he knew how to do that, to travel light and get where he was going without getting lost. You taught him all of those things. But I wanted him to be safe. I wanted him to be here with us.
Please don't do this.
I promised him a home, and then I made it impossible for him to live in it.
Laura, somebody lit a match, and our son died. That's all.
Yeah, come in. Good. I'm glad I caught you both here together. The arson report is clear. There are no unanswered questions, no evidence that doesn't add up.
Who started the fire?
Nobody started the fire. It was an accident.
Luke and Laura moved into their house. You know, they lived with me for a while. Except that nobody bothered to tell me that Lucky had this pet spider. Actually, it was more like a tarantula because it was the size of this plate. It's been a while since I've laughed. Thank you. You know, one time when Luke and Laura and Lucky were staying at my house, I gave this dinner party. And it was going really fine, you know. Lucky promised that he was going to keep that spider locked up. And we were just about to start the pumpkin soup that took me about 1.5 years to make. And Monica felt something on her foot. But, you know, she didn't say anything. I mean, she was trying to be discreet because one never knows. Well, all of a sudden, she looks down. She started screaming. And so I started screaming, and Luke was laughing so hard I thought he was going to choke. And Lucky dove under the table to get the spider, and we all got drenched in pumpkin soup, and I could have killed that kid.
Are you sure that it was an accident?
I had the fire marshal and the chief arson investigator justify everything line by line.
How are they saying it started?
The fire originated in Lucky's room.
That's not possible. He didn't smoke. Was it the hot plate? Did he leave the hot plate on?
Lucky lit some candles. He went to sleep without putting them out.
Oh, now hold on, Mac. Accelerates are very hard to trace.
Luke, the point of origin is clear. The fire started on the nightstand where the candles were located. It moved from there.
According to your report.
Nobody wants to nail Marino or Corinthos more than I do. But the evidence does not take us there as much as I want it to. It wasn't a professional hit. It wasn't a sloppy amateur job. It wasn't a warning. No messages were being sent.
But he's still gone.
I'm sorry. Look, you are both welcome to go over the report if you want. The fire was an accident. Case is closed.
Get to the net somehow, please.
Hey.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Hey, I just thought that I'd drop in. I'm not interrupting anything. Is it a bad time?
No, not at all.
Hey, I like your view. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it was Catherine's idea to put me on the top floor. I didn't really feel like.
What am I interrupting?
Well, let's see. Today I spent the morning staring at that wall over there, and then I got some paper and drew some isosceles triangles for an hour.
You're thinking about Lucky?
Can't get my mind on anything else. You know, I go to make a call, and I think about a conversation that Lucky and I had, or somebody says they have a question for me, and all I think about is, why did Lucky have to die?
Yeah. It's kind of like there's this big cloud in my mind, and no matter what I do, I just can't seem to push it away.
Yeah. And you think it's gonna get better when all it does is just come back stronger than ever.
Exactly.
Yeah. So have you seen Liz? I mean, I'm worried about her more than anyone.
Actually, today was her first day back at school.
Yeah? How'd she look?
Lost.
I'll give you a new one. Thanks. Elizabeth? Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
It's my shift.
I appreciate your devotion to Judy, but, you know, I've been filling in for Tammy all afternoon, and it's been extremely slow.
Bobby, I have to keep busy. Sitting around is the worst thing I can do.
You gone back to school yet?
Today was my first day. It wasn't easy, but it's a start.
Honey, do yourself a favor. Go home. Get some rest.
If I go home right now, I'll end up taking every piece of clothing out of my dresser, refolding it, and putting it back in a different drawer.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When BJ first died, I had this thing about clean towels. And if somebody so much as breathed on one, it went immediately into the washer.
So can I stay?
Of course you can.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Max.
Elizabeth, do you have a moment?
Actually, I was just doing work.
Oh, Max, she's already answered so many questions.
Actually, I would like to speak to both of you.
What about?
The fire at the motorcycle shop. The results of the arson report are in.
Yeah. Herr Spencer? Herr Krieg here. My client is still interested in a cut of that fabulous diamond of yours.
This is a very bad time, Herr Krieg. I'm in no position to do business with you or anybody else right now.
Well, you'll be doing business with me sooner than you think. And the terms will be all mine.
don't have to worry. It's probably the last time you ever see me here again. Just, sign these papers, and our partnership will be over.
Well, I guess you didn't hear. You're off the hook. You had nothing to do with Lucky's death. It'll be in the papers tonight, or tomorrow. But Mac came over to the house and told Laura and me that the investigation is over. The fire has been declared an accident.
Investigators didn't find anything?
They say my kid left candles burning. So stupid. Anyway, you and Jason are officially cleared. Nobody tortured my kid trying to get back at you.
You don't look sold.
Well, you know, official reports don't mean much to me because, if you weren't the cause of the fire, you could have been.
Go ahead and sign the papers. I'll be out of your life for good.
What, you're going to give me your half of the club?
That's right.
Sonny, that's what a guilty man would do. Surprised you'd be that obvious.
When we first started working together, I promised you that I would protect the people you love. You stopped believing that. Why continue?
You still believe it?
I'd put my life on the line trying to get it back. But can I guarantee it? No.
Well, I thank you for your belated honesty.
Well, go ahead, sign the papers, and, I guess it's over.
I brought in an arson specialist from Washington to follow up. In the end, there was no evidence that the fire was intentionally set.
Oh. Well, do they know how it did start?
There were some candles in Lucky's room. They think he fell asleep while they were still burning, and that's how the fire started.
Candles. How can anyone know for sure what happened in a building that doesn't exist anymore?
Chemical analysis, burn patterns. Their equipment is very sophisticated.
Have you told Luke and Laura?
Earlier today.
What about Jason and Sonny?
They can read it in the newspapers like everyone else.
Oh, Mac. I know that Luke and Laura blame them for what happened to Lucky, so I'm sure they're going to be very relieved.
Bobby, if you want to tell them, you can be my guest. The only courtesy I owe them is not having them arrested. Elizabeth, I know this has been very difficult for you. Hopefully this information will make it a little easier.
I'll work you out, Mac.
Okay.
So Elizabeth was already in the cafeteria by the time I walked in, and we had the most bizarre conversation you could ever imagine.
About what?
About amino acids and the stuff that she's learning in biology.
Strange.
Yeah, she was trying to prove to me how normal everything is now. I know that because that's what I did after my mom died.
Did it help?
Some days. And then there were times that I just didn't understand why the world hadn't stopped turning me because my mom wasn't in it anymore.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling right now. And now all this work in front of me on my desk piling up and none of it means anything. All I can think about is my brother being dead.
It won't always be like that. I mean, things will get better. You just have to keep getting out of bed every day, every morning.
That easy, huh?
Well, no, I didn't want...
You didn't. It's okay.
Look, Nikolas, when you lose someone you love, it's such a shock that you have to do normal things, you know, to balance it out. used to hang out with friends and go to work, and it's sort of like, it becomes like a life raft that you get to hold on to, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, a lot.
You know, after my mom died, it was Lucky and the Quartermains that got me through it. I mean, they had me out having fun and, you know, doing things instead of sitting in the house and being sad. And I know that that's what Lucky would want me to do for you and Elizabeth.
We can support each other, Emily. And together we can support Elizabeth.
You know, I never wanted to be an expert on what to do when people die.
You want to get out of here? Go for a walk in the park or something?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Just want you to know that it's never going to be the same. I mean, without Lucky, but as long as we keep moving forward, we won't always have to feel this way. Will you, call me later tonight?
Yeah, sure. Listen, do you think we should go find Liz?
No, she went to work. Maybe you should do the same.
See you.
I have to warn you.
Look, my wife and I are done. Ruby's gone. Now Lucky. If it's all the same to you, I've had enough losses for a while.
And I'll keep us there with the papers just in case you change your mind.
Yeah, you do that. I called Claude. I told him to get a hold of the staff. We're reopening for business tonight.
Can you handle it?
I can't make anything any worse. All right, look, I got to do something. It's important. I got to talk to somebody. Are you going to be here till I get back or what?
Well, if you don't mind, I was going to stick around, maybe just...
I don't mind. You're still half owner of the place. Until further notice. Well, hello. Didn't anybody ever tell you that punctuality is like the 8th deadliest sin around here?
Luke, I heard about your son. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'm working tonight. I hope it's not going to be a problem. You keep telling me to keep my distance.
I'll handle it.
I picked up a newspaper on my way here. It said that the fire that killed Luke's son was an accident. But if you want to keep blaming yourself, that's up to you.
Elizabeth, I understand that it was difficult hearing Mac discuss the fire again. But at least we now know that Lucky wasn't the victim of violence. Honey, are you okay?
Yeah, I think you're right about trying to do too much. Would you mind if I left early?
Of course not. You want to ride? I'll call somebody.
No, that's fine. See you tomorrow.
Guess what I'm doing right now?
Reading your notes?
I'm lighting one of your candles. Guess why?
Because I gave it to you.
Because it's warm and it smells good and it lights up a room just like you.
Lucky. That's so sweet. Will you light another one for me?
Are you in dream?
Hey, you closing early?
Yeah, I'm slow. I don't much feel like working.
Me either. Look, I got some news about the fire that I wanted to tell you before you had to read it in the newspapers.
Actually, Matt came by earlier today. He told us that the fire was officially declared an accident, and Elizabeth was here, so she knows too.
Oh, how did she take it?
Once she heard the news, she was pretty much finished for the day. I would assume you're relieved.
Why would I be relieved?
Well, because I got the impression that Laura blamed you for allowing Lucky to become friends with Sonny and Jason, so if nothing else, knowing that it was an accident should make it easier on you.
It doesn't.
I need a signature.
What is it?
We ran out of olives, and I had the supplier drop off a case.
I'm importing the wrong products. Here you go.
Excuse me, Sonny.
Hi, Elizabeth. Sorry I didn't go to the funeral.
Oh, I got your flowers and your note. It meant a lot, thanks.
Have a seat. Have a seat. You want me to get you something to drink, something to eat, anything you want?
Actually, I came for a reason.
Yeah?
I read in the newspaper yesterday that they were blaming you and Emily's brother for the fire at the motorcycle shop.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you didn't come to the funeral?
We didn't want to intrude, you know what I mean?
Well, I just came by to let you know that you don't have to worry about that anymore. Commissioner Scorpio brought in some arson experts, and they said the fire was started by some candles in Lucky's room.
Yeah, I've heard.
I gave him those candles.
The fire was an accident.
Lucky didn't even like candles. I did. Oh, I guess maybe he was trying to like them, because that night he called to let me know that he lit one to remind him of me. And I asked him to light another one for me. Commissioner Scorpio said the arson people think that the fire was started because he fell asleep with the candles burning. It wasn't your fault. It was mine.
The fire was set by somebody going after Sonny or Jason. Gave me a whole room full of people to hate. Sonny and Jason for not taking care of business. Marino or somebody for setting the fire. Even me and Laura for not dragging my kid home when we had the chance. Whole room full of people. But now it's an accident, so all I can do is walk around with this big knot of pain in my guts.
Luke, I know what it's like. The horrifying sense of hopelessness, the self-hate, the questions of why. But you know what? When this awful time is finally over, all you're really going to remember is Lucky. And you'll think about the first time he took your hand, the wonderful adventures that you had together, and the incredible young man that he grew to be. Those are the things that are really important. And everything else just falls by the wayside.
I'm keeping you from your own son.
Do you want to come over to my house? Lucas would really like it.
Yeah, sure, but not tonight.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Will you kill the lights on your way out?
If I hadn't given Lucky those candles, he'd still be here today.
You believe in heaven, Elizabeth?
Yeah?
You believe Lucky is there right now?
Yes.
Blaming you for giving him those candles?
No.
Angry because you asked him to light that second one?
Lucky wouldn't be like that.
Well, if Lucky lost his life and isn't blaming you, then maybe you should stop blaming yourself. Not. What I'm trying to say is not everything happens for a reason. I know it's hard to accept that, but the very last thing Lucky would want is for you to hurt yourself like this because of him.
I didn't mean to take up so much of your time. I just wanted to let you know myself that it couldn't possibly be your fault Lucky died.
Well, you're a very thoughtful person. Now I know why Lucky cared about you so much.
Will you tell Jason about what I said?
Yeah. You on your way home?
Yeah.
Is there somebody there for you?
My grandmother.
Why don't I have my driver drop you?
No. That's okay.
Believe me, you'll be doing me a favor.
Can I go now?
Yeah, I'll walk you out. This is Johnny, my driver, Elizabeth Weber.
Hi.
Come on, Miss Weber.
I want you to drive her home. Do not leave until she gets in the house. Yeah? Right? It's good to see you again. If you need anything, you want to get in touch with me, you know where to find me. Okay?
Thanks.
Bye.
You know, I don't know what you said to that girl, but I pray to God she didn't believe you.
Having a conversation with that young woman, it would be none of your business. But if it's going to get you out of here quicker, I was telling her that the fire that killed her boyfriend was not her fault.
Does it mean you're admitting it was your fault?
I'll get somebody to read you the newspaper, Taggart. It was an accident.
I don't care what the arson report said. The building was torched, and you and Mr. Morgan were the reason.
I got a business to run. Get out of my way.
You hold it. Right there. How about I take you downtown for questioning?
For what?
Asking you more questions about these fires that have been following you around town. I don't know.
You know what? The only reason I'll let you take me downtown is to file a harassment complaint to keep your bald head out of my face.
Well, it'd be worth it. Come on.
Yeah, you want to take... Whoa!
I'm so sorry.
This is silly. No, you know what?
I can't believe that happened. I'm so
Hannah,
sorry.
It's okay. We were just discussing...
You need a towel?
We were just discussing...
I don't need nothing.
Hey.
I'm fine, all right?
You still going to take me downtown, Lieutenant? Your fellow officer's going to be a little curious why you're wearing 80 proof cologne.
It's not over.
You toss some mean trade drinks.
Just trying to even the score.
Stop. You can't touch me. Don't be afraid. It's okay.
Is it you?
What do you think?
I miss you so much, cowboy. You took a big part of me when you left. Everything good I had in me was you. And I'm empty now. I'm empty.
Do you remember what I told you after Ruby died? You can either stay stuck, or you can move forward and stake out new ground.
Not anymore, pal.
You can do it. You can. You're the strongest man I ever met.
I'm so sorry, Lucky. So sorry.
Kelly's. Elizabeth, I can't stay, but do you have a minute?
Sure. That's it?
Actually, the books were just an excuse to check up on you. How are you?
I walk, I talk, I eat breakfast in the morning, even though I don't know why. I can't think of anything but Lucky.
Nobody expects you to. You know, Lucky was very important to all of us. His absence is like a bottomless pit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I feel like I'm falling, and it's never going to end.
But it will.
When?
When it's time. And in the meantime, you have plenty of people to catch you. People who love you. And who loved Lucky.
But you don't understand.
I'm sure I don't. Nobody can understand exactly what you're going through. But I do know life goes on. You won't fall forever. I promise. I gotta go. You call me anytime. I'll let myself out.
Okay.
There were some candles in Lucky's room. They think he fell asleep while they were still burning, and that's how the fire started.
Guess what I'm doing right now?
Reading your notes?
I'm lighting one of your candles. Guess why?
Because I gave it to you.
Because it's warm and it smells good, and it lights up a room just like you.
Lucky. That's so sweet. Will you light another one for me?
Elizabeth, is Nikolas, are you home? Bad time?
No. Come on in. I guess your mother told you about how the fire started?
Yeah, it was an accident. It's good for Emily. She was really hurt that everybody was blaming her brother.
It wasn't fair to accuse the wrong people.
I suppose it should be easier, knowing that no one was to blame, you know. But I keep wanting someone to take responsibility for this, you know, so I can understand why it happened, make sense of it all. So, you've been to the school the last couple of days, huh?
Yeah. Graham says I'm pushing myself too hard, but I don't know what else to do.
There's always my place that's half furnished. So, why don't you go furniture shopping with me and Emily this weekend?
Nikolas, I can't.
I understand. It's okay.
No, you don't understand at all. Does this look familiar to you? In Lucky's room. Yeah, I bought one for Graham the same time I bought a couple to do something special in Lucky's room. I thought candles made a room look magical.
I like candles, too.
Laura didn't tell you, did she?
Tell me what?
About the fire. About how it started.
Only that it was an accident.
But it wasn't. It was because of the candles, Nikolas. I put them in his room. He lit them because of me. It was me. I get Lucky.
No. Liz, just look at me. Come here. That's okay. No, you did not.
Not to blame myself, right?
Liz, sweetheart, you weren't even at Lucky's.
Yes, but I put the candles in his room. And that night he called to say goodnight to me. He told me he was lighting one of the candles to remind him of me. And I asked him to light another one. He must have fallen asleep with the candles going. And that's what started the fire. Even the fire department said so. If it hadn't been for me, it wouldn't have happened.
Well, if you're going to blame yourself, then you have to blame Lucky, too, okay? He's the one who lit the candle, okay? He's the one who left it burning and then fell asleep.
He didn't mean to.
So if he didn't mean to, then how did it happen? If he wasn't being irresponsible, Elizabeth, then it was what? What?
It was an accident.
Exactly. It was an accident. No one is to blame, least of all you. Okay? Lucky knows that, and you know that, too. So tell me you know it.
It was no one's fault.
It was what?
It was no one's fault.
Come here.
Yeah.
Never been on tour before, so I'm going to go along with her just to smooth out any rough edges. But it's all starting to, take shape and come together now that I've set the Chicago dates. So am I boring you to tears yet?
No. Actually, it's pretty interesting. And it helps me to concentrate on something else. All right. I'll go with you and Em shopping this weekend.
Good.
I know you're doing this just for me. But you have to promise me one thing. That you will veto anything I pick out that's atrocious or completely not you. Even remotely not you. I don't want you ending up with a house full of furniture you don't like just because you're trying to make me happy.
I'm not just trying to make you happy. I mean, the way I see it is, if I don't get my place decorated, I'm going to walk through the door one day and Catherine's going to have my place looking like a museum showroom, okay? So I actually need your help with all of this.
I need yours, too.
I'll get it. package for Elizabeth Weber? Oh. Okay. Sign right there.
From the Art Academy. They return your work after they've evaluated it. Lucky's portrait's in there.
You don't have to open it.
Would you open it for me?
Okay. So, why are you over here? Wow, looks just like him.
Lucky hated posing for me. He only did it because he loved me.